How do you get training in Six Sigma certification for diversity and innovation of supply chain? What I would recommend, from the question, it sounds like you mentioning Six Sigma certification for supply chain type industry or supply chain management. I would recommend you look at both some supply chain management training, which is offered by many of our training partners, including Boxbrain in Pakistan, as well as get some Lean Six Sigma training. You might only want to do the yellow belt training, which typically takes 2 days of training. Sometimes it takes 3 days. Again, ask your training partner what they recommend for their training class, or what their options are. So innovation of supply chain, you want to be looking at another course that's going to be published soon, is going to be an Industry 4.0 type course, which is going to focus a lot more on the smart technology which is coming out, the use of AI, the use of blockchain, the use of robotics and cyber devices, cybernetics, human interface. So cobots, the coexistence of robots with humans. That Industry 4.0 course that is being at the moment worked on by myself and Professor Zulfikar from London South Bank University, that will be coming out soon, and that would be very helpful in the innovation side of supply chain. Where are ILSSI's efforts in linking Six Sigma certification with higher education institutes around the world? We are trying our best to educate some of the educational institutions about the benefits of having these certifications, which are industry recognized, as part of some of their undergraduate degree final year students have been doing lean training, and it'd be good to get them certified before they leave university, but especially with master's level programs, so masters in business, MBAs, MSCs in things like industrial engineering. These are great courses to also offer Lean Six Sigma training and accreditation. If you contact one of our partners, they would be happy to work with the university to design a program and even to teach at the university as an adjunct professor or some sort of external tutor that comes in and teaches the students. So we can supplement the training, the faculty at universities. One of the great things about ILSSI is we have not only industry experts around the world, but we have them in many different industries. So we have expertise in textile industries, in automotive, in chemical, in pharmaceutical, in plastics, in any types of environmental work like water and gas. We have oil and gas experts, especially we have our director, Salman Mashari from Saudi Arabia. He worked for over 30 years as a Six Sigma black belt and master black belt with Saudi Aramco, and has a wealth of experience about Six Sigma used for equipment maintenance. So there's an example where we have these specialists, industry specialists in different areas. John Rooney and Roddy Craig both worked in automotive for over 30 years and are now training and coaching and consulting. So they have a real depth of understanding and knowledge of how these things work and how the teams work and what's important especially in automotive, but they apply it to now all sorts of different disciplines. How is a black belt certified Six Sigma student can get a job? Okay, so it sounds like when you mean student, do you mean somebody that is young, like 21 years old, 22 years old, and they have a bachelor's degree and they have a black belt, so they've got black belt training? There may be prejudice against your youth. I wish I had that youth, and a lot of people would wish they were 21 or 22 and had a black belt. So congratulations if that's your position, that you've achieved black belt certification early on in your career. I think you just have to be patient and understand that unfortunately there will be a little bit of prejudice against the fact that you are young and haven't had so many years of experience in work in a leadership position. And a black belt should be a team leader and not only a project leader but a program leader. And I would say you should even take a position which is below that of a black belt. So you might be working as a quality assurance analyst within a company, and you have a black belt and you think, well, I should be a project manager, I should be a program manager. Just give it time, get some experience in quality assurance, or actually, as we say, at the gemba, at the coalface, at the on the shop floor, get as much experience as you can, do some Kaizen type projects, small projects, do some presentations to management about the improvements you've made, and very quickly people will see that your skills are helping the company, they're helping to improve processes, helping to reduce costs, and you will see that you get given more responsibility. And in a few years, you will then have the responsibility that is usually given to somebody who's a black belt. So by the time you're 25, you might then be working in the role of a black belt. I think the youngest I've seen somebody was Lee, and he was a black belt in his late 20s, and he was a high flyer. And so if Lee's watching this, good on you. You got your black belt early on, and you got plenty of responsibility. I know you were, highly depended on by management for your problem-solving skills and project management skills. That's my advice. Is a green belt certification helpful to get a job in different industries? Okay, so does getting an accredited certification, a green belt, help you? Well, I would say this, that the certification in itself is a symbol of your ability. Of course, just having the certification without the ability is nothing. So we always want to make sure that the certification you have matches the training and experience that you've had. And that's what we try to do a good job of at ILSSI, that we don't give away these certifications and accreditations without the right training, without the right experience level. And with that, you can definitely move across from one industry to another with this skill set, which we call Lean Six Sigma Green Belt, because Lean Six Sigma Green Belt is a generic set of principles, tools, and techniques that can be applied to any industry. So if you've got the mixture of the training and certification of green belt plus experience working in teams, in quality circles, doing teamwork, doing projects, then you can go to most any industry and be an asset in that industry, even jumping from a manufacturing industry to a service industry. I've seen that happen. I've seen people move from something like a manufacturing industry into a government related job. One of the motivators for coming to training and getting certified is that people want it for their professional development. They want to move on. They want to experience more, get more responsibility, more pay as well is obviously part of it. And getting green belt certified with the right organization. ILSSI is internationally recognized. We have put on many conferences, we've put on many events, and we have a great community. And that is different from getting a certification which is accredited by somebody that nobody has heard of or has not the credibility that they should have. So be careful about who you get your certifications from. What is the market saying about Lean Six Sigma? What are recruiters? What are large companies? What sort of value are they putting still on Lean Six Sigma? And that is a good question, Stephen, because it does change over time. In Europe especially, there is a strong positive outlook for lean. In Europe and the USA, people are training in lean more than ever. In Europe and the USA, they're not necessarily focusing on Six Sigma as much. But what Six Sigma brings is the DMAKE methodology, as I said, and that is, once people understand that you need to understand, define, measure, analyze, improve, control to do good problem solving and projects, improvement projects, then you can get them to understand that Six Sigma is valuable. So lean definitely is very strong right now. Six Sigma, in some companies, they don't talk about Six Sigma. In Asia, in the Philippines, in Malaysia, also in Pakistan, in Sri Lanka, India, Six Sigma is still very strong, and industries are looking for people with that Six Sigma certification and training. So I would say it's evolving, the popularity of lean versus Six Sigma. I also think it's important, Stephen, that we put in the elements of Industry 4.0. We bring the body of knowledge, which we have at ILSSI. We have our body of knowledge, and we've been updating it to include elements of sustainability, smart technology, Industry 4.0, and digital transformation, as well as now at black belt level, we want black belts to understand about process mining, as well as just process mapping and value stream mapping. They should understand about process mining. So this is relatively new, but black belts should get familiar with digital transformation and process mining. Is ILSSI directly supervising projects? So we are not directly supervising the projects, but we will audit the training provider or the auditor. We will audit the auditor. So the auditor of your project will be one of our training partners, and we will like to see the project reports that the training partner is approving for a certification. But ILSSI itself is not the auditor. Our training partner is the auditor. We provide materials for the auditor. We provide recommendations. We can train the trainer, so we can actually train the trainer and provide materials, but we don't actually do the auditing or training ourselves. We provide the certifications.